Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to historic McFarland Auditorium on the campus of SMU, where, from high on the hilltop in Big D, the Mustang Band presents Game On, the 91st Pigskin Revue. This next act is a long-standing a cappella group with a distinguished history at SMU, including multiple appearances at Pigskin Revue. Tonight, they will show that this in-sync song is not just for wisecracking superheroes, and is something we will be saying to Pitt after tomorrow night. Bye, bye, bye. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the stage, the Southern Gentlemen.
Just another player and you can't get to. You may
Ladies and gentlemen, I forgot to mention, and this goes along with something I did say earlier, it's not just the administration that sometimes has to be everywhere at once. Sometimes performers at Pigskin Revue do too. And our next act is getting moved up in the show order because at the last minute, they discovered they have another performance tonight after this one. So, this will now be the SMU Palm Squad. And ladies and gentlemen, this group is an essential part of football games. And as they perform to this Robert Palmer hit, you will see that they are not just great dancers. They are simply irresistible. Our next performer is a junior seeking a BA in vocal performance, and she plays trumpet in the Mustang Band. She will sing a number from the Lerner and Loewe musical, Brigadoon. But unlike the magical village in the show, this rendition will not disappear for 100 years, but will linger within you. Please welcome Sophie Young as she expresses what it is almost like being in love.
Maybe the sun gave me the power, for I could swim Loch Lomond and be home in half an hour. Maybe the air gave me the drive, for I'm all aglow and alive.
This feature is a song from the film The Emperor's New Groove that was almost perfect for this group, but it needed two things. First, some style that could come only from a member of the Mustang Band like, Jack Rohr or Tommy Tucker. Well, current band member Jackson Reed put this arrangement together. The second thing needed was a new title. So, in an homage to the Dickerson James days, which was the first time we beat Pitt, by the way, and our current potent ground game, Jackson fixed the title. And now, with a just right chart, here is the Mustang Band with Run, Pony, Run.
Good evening. Our top stories tonight: the Mustang Band has grown exponentially since last year, almost doubling in membership and in staff. We'll take a look back on where they've come from and where they're headed. Plus, in a lawsuit against the ACC, Florida State claims the ACC diminished its football media profile with the additions of Cal, SMU, and Stanford. We'll see how well that's staged in a moment. Finally, SMU students are fed up with parking on campus and will try to mend the relationship between the student body and parking services. We'll dive deeper into that later tonight on the Varsity. Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the Varsity, your place for somewhat reliable news. My name is Marion Dunlap.
I'm Winston Myers.
I'm Duncan Yozzo.
And I'm Chris Cook.
We have a lot to get to, so let's get started. The SMU Mustang Band finished last season very strong, performing at 9 football games, including the American Athletics Conference Championship in New Orleans against Tulane, which ended with a victory as the Mustangs transition into the ACC.
This transition brought with it the need for a band with a bigger footprint. Head band director Charles Aguillon spearheaded recruitment for the band, bringing in 50 new members, which brings the band's total to over 100, a number that has not been seen in decades.
With the band growing rapidly and the level of exposure increasing, the band needed more staff to help the band navigate its growth. With Tommy Tucker retiring from his position as assistant band director, the band welcomed new assistant director Paul Crockett. Paul has joined the band in the summer and has already filled his position in nicely.
The band also welcomed new staff members. Former Mustang Band member Brandon Aguillon and former high school band director Thomas Kober joined the instructional staff this year and have been key to helping the band excel so far this season. 3 of the new Mustang Band staff members are former members who decided to stay and pursue other degrees at SMU.
Seriously though, why are they still here? Like, go get a job or something. You're like 25 years old, that makes you an old fart. Grow up, be an adult, put your big kid shoes on, and go out into the real world.
In other news, Florida State University filed a lawsuit against the ACC late last year, alleging that the conference had mismanaged its media rights and imposed draconian exit fees. Within this suit, Florida State claims that the ACC has diminished its media profile by adding the likes of Cal, SMU, and Stanford.
Now that we're over halfway into the football season, let's take a quick look at how Florida State is handling the ACC's diminished media profile. The Seminoles lost their first 3 games of the season this year to Georgia Tech, Boston College, and Memphis, respectively. They seem to turn it around after a nail-biting 14-9 win against Cal, but their losing streak continued after this, where they lost 42-16 to your SMU Mustangs in the Mustangs' first ACC game ever. They then continued their losing ways with losses to Clemson, Duke, and Miami, falling to 1-7 on the season.
After losing to SMU, Coach Mike Norvell hopped on his burner account to try and defend the team without making it obvious that it was him. He tweeted this from his account named Nike Morvell. SMU got really lucky this go-around. If they played last year's Florida State team, they would have lost by 90. The Noles will show them next time, and Coach Norvell is still the best coach in college football. #crying on the inside, #crying on the outside too.
Now, if the Seminoles want to fire Coach Norvell, they would have to buy him out of the rest of his contract, costing them $63.7 million. Karma's a bitch, and we're loving it.
Due to an increase in enrollment, students on campus have complained about the parking situation becoming even worse than last year. Reports have shown that students are spending an average of 13 minutes looking for parking spaces each day, and that 36% of students have resorted to parking in spaces they're not allowed to at least once or more a week. We head now to our on-scene reporter, Jenna Young, as she gets testimony from a disgruntled student and a parking services employee. On to you, Jenna.
Thanks, Marion. I'm here with SMU sophomore, Chad Bozo, and parking services employee, Citation. Chad, students have been complaining about the lack of available parking on campus and increased number of parking citations. What's your take on the matter?
It's ridiculous that I have to drive around for like 20 minutes just to find a parking spot. Half the time, I have to park illegally just to get to class on time. Not to mention, I have 7 parking tickets and when the semester's not even over yet. Plus, these trucks are taking all the compact car spots. Where am I supposed to park? Their big trucks are blocking the parking spots. It's ridiculous.
And Mr. Citation, what's your response?
I don't understand why every student on campus needs to have a car. Everything that a student living on campus may need is within walking distance. The number of student spots compared to the number of students with parking passes is not my problem. It's the university's. I just come here, do my job, and go home, okay? And if you don't want to get a parking ticket, don't park illegally. It's simple as that.
I see. And Mr. Bozo, care to respond?
Yeah, why can't you just give us a break, man? I mean, look right now. I just came out of a class, and I had to park in the faculty level. There's no parking spots ever. That's where I had to park here.
Which one's your car?
That white sedan. Wait, hold on.
Hey, a little overtime never hurt.
Okay, anyways, will this turmoil between the two factions ever come to a civil conclusion? We may never know. Back to you all in the studio.
Now we're going to take a break from the news and hand it over to our sports team to give you any updates about SMU and college ball.
And be sure to stay tuned for after commercial. We're going to have the inaugural university presidential debate. Have a nice night.
Hello, everyone, and welcome. I'm Greg Gounaud.
And I'm Matthew Dallao.
And this is Ball Don't Lie.
Yeah, here we go!
On July 1st of this year, your SMU Mustangs joined the ACC and have been wreaking havoc ever since. At the moment, the football team is undefeated in conference, eyeing a seat in the conference championship 2 seasons in a row, while the men's soccer team is ranked number 26 in the nation. As for volleyball, the Mustangs are ranked 12th in the top 25, having handed number 2 Nebraska and number 1 Pitt their only losses of the season. It's safe to say that the Mustangs have quickly made a name for themselves in a conference that was a bit hostile about their entrance. Maybe they're right to be scared of competition. Even though he's not with us physically, we know Paul Lane is pretty damn happy right now. Either way, the Stangs are looking to continue this good form through the rest of the fall, into basketball and the other sports in the spring.
In contrast, let's take a look at how the La Quinta in Fort Worth is doing. TCU, currently sitting at 5-4, are definitely not the team they thought they'd be right about now. With losses to Houston and UCF, the Horny Frogs don't look to be in contention for a Big 12 championship anytime soon. Head coach Sonny Dykes was ejected early in the second half of their embarrassing loss to the Stangs back in September. Some sources say that Sonny had a DoorDash order that was supposed to arrive at halftime, but it was late, and he wanted to figure out how to get to the food before it got too cold.
Following their losses to SMU and Houston, there have been multiple petitions to remove Sonny from his head coaching position in favor of someone else, with some even asking for Gary Patterson to return. Of course, Sonny hasn't read any of these because the longest thing he's read in his life has been the menu at the Cheesecake Factory.
Although we know he's not reading that Skitty-licious section.
Following their loss to the Mustangs, SMU and TCU fans have realized that they have a lot more in common with each other. For one, both groups hate Sonny Dykes, and they also both applied to SMU. Tomorrow, your number 20 ranked Mustangs are taking on the number 18 Pitt Panthers in what may be their most important game of the season. This matchup will determine who stays in the race for a spot in the ACC Championship. College Game Day had SMU on their list of potential places to be at this Saturday, which would have been the first time SMU would ever host a College Game Day. Unfortunately, they decided to go to Penn State instead. Can you believe that?
I really can't. They're missing out on a top 20 matchup to watch the Nittany Lions lose to the Ohio State Buckeyes for the 8th year in a row. While College Game Day is not going to make it to campus, the good people of Dallas will have us, and that should be good enough, right?
All right, Matthew, let's get some predictions going. SMU versus Pitt. What's the score and who wins?
I'm not going to lie, Gray, this is going to be a tough matchup for the Stangs with RJ Maryland out at tight end. If Kevin Jennings shows up and plays the way he does, and we have the defense there on Saturday, I think SMU will walk away with a win. Give me the Stangs 31-20.
I don't know, man. I think SMU is going to struggle. Pitt is undefeated, and they're carrying a lot of momentum into this game, and I think it's going to be a tough battle for our guys. I'm taking Pitt in a close one, 38-35.
Psych! Give me Stangs by 90! Let's go, Stangs!
Accompanied by Jacob Roco, vocal major and Mustang Band bass trombonist, Noah Ochieng brings to life the Natasha Bedingfield song, Unwritten.
Pigskin 91! Let me hear you! I can hear you. Come on. Who's excited to be here tonight? Come on. So, I don't know if you guys know about Natasha Bedingfield and Unwritten, but many of you, I'm sure, are old enough to have known and heard this song right here. So I'm going to need some help from you guys. First of all, sing along and sing. Everyone. Everybody, come on. Can't be my mind, I'm undefined. just beginning. The pain's in my hands and unplanned. Still at the blank page before you, open up the door, window, let the sun illuminate the words that you cannot find. Reaching for something in the distance, so close you can almost taste it. Really slow inhibitions, feel the rain on your skin. Now that's can feel it for you, only you can let it in. No one else can speak the words on your lips. Put yourself in words unspoken, live your life with arms wide open. Today's where your book begins, the rest is still unwritten. Come on! Sometimes I try, or outside the light. You've been conditioned to not make mistakes, but I can't live that way. Oh no, still at the blank page before you. Open up the door, window, let the sun illuminate the words that you cannot find. Reaching for something in the distance, so close you can almost taste it. Really slow inhibitions, feel the rain on your skin. And I can feel it for you, only you can let it in. No one else can speak the words on your lips. Think yourself in words unspoken, live your life with arms wide open. Today's where your book begins, the rest is still unwritten. Oh, the rest is still unwritten. Staring at the blank page before you. Open up the door and you window. Let the sun illuminate the words that you cannot find. Reaching for something in the distance, so close you can almost taste it. Release your inhibitions. Feel the rain on your skin. No one else can feel it for you, only you can let it in. No one else can speak the words on your lips. Put yourself in words unspoken, live your life with arms wide open. Today, when your book begins, feel the rain on your skin. No one else can speak the words on your lips. Put yourself in words unspoken, live your life with arms wide open. Today, where your book begins, the rest is still unwritten. Oh, the rest is still unwritten. The rest is still unwritten.
One fun element of Pigskin Revue is that it gives the drumline a venue to express a broader range of musicality. And tonight, they are doing that again via marimba and xylophone, as, with Brandon Halsema taking the lead, they play the Ragtime Robin. Ladies and gentlemen, we do have one more program change, so Sophia Denubolo will not be appearing here, but not to worry, she will be in the show later on. The music for this number was written in 1911 by Charles Dawes, and Carl Sigmund added the lyrics in 1951. The song has been recorded many times since then, and this arrangement is based on the 1958 version by Tommy Edwards, which reached number 1 on the charts. Now, you might think that you were just going to get entertainment tonight, but the Mustang Band will now give you an educational nugget that at least could be useful on a trivia night. This is the only number 1 song to have been co-written by a Vice President of the United States and a Nobel Prize laureate, as Charles Dawes was both. And now, with the musical artistry of Matthew Dallao on vibraphone and Nathaniel Ntuk on soprano sax, the Mustang Band gives you It's All in the Game.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the 2024 University Presidential Debate presented by Cox News. Tonight, we're joined by two highly esteemed university leaders, President R. Gerald Turner at SMU and Chancellor Joan Gabel at Pitt. We have many questions for you both, and as always, we'll have our resident fact checker on standby to uphold the truth. Let's get started. President Turner, we'll start with you. With ever-increasing prices of tuition at SMU, the cost of attendance may exceed $100,000 per year in the near future. Voters want to know where their money is going and if this rate will ever slow down in the near future.
I can definitely tell you where a good portion of the money is going. If you look out at Dallas Hall Lawn, the boulevard, and the rest of campus, you will see lush green grass and a multitude of beautiful fountains. That's where the money goes. We need to pay for the sprinklers that water the grass and the sidewalks simultaneously, and the water systems for the fountains. After the new fundraising campaign has been finished, we plan on building another fountain or two on campus to complement the rest of them. Like they always say, the grass is always green and the concrete is always wet on the hilltop.
Great answer, President Turner. Chancellor Gabel, we turn to you. Students at Pitt describe the campus as hilly and complain about having to walk uphill from one end of campus to the other, often finishing their trek drenched in sweat. How do you plan to fix this?
I'm sorry, what?
Would you like me to repeat the question?
Yes, please. I don't think I heard you quite correctly.
Sure. How do you plan on fixing the hilly environment that is Pitt's campus?
How am I going to fix the hilly environment on campus?
That is what I just said.
I'm supposed to fix the hilly environment on campus.
You are the chancellor, after all. All the university's problems are your own.
I don't think that's quite how it works.
We're getting a fact check on this, and oh, you are incorrect. That is in fact how it works.
Okay, well, I'm not sure how I would necessarily resolve that issue at this very moment, but I have concepts of a plan that I will hash out soon.
Okay, lackluster response, but a response nonetheless. I personally would make campus flat, like moving infrastructure temporarily, removing the hills, and putting the infrastructure back.
You mean moving entire buildings? Now, where would you put those?
Your university has an endowment of $2.4 billion. I'm sure it's within your budget to do so.
Again, that's not how.
We'll take a quick break and return after this short commercial. Don't go anywhere. Welcome back. We'll continue the debate with another question for President Turner. Students have complained about the lack of parking spaces and how narrow a number of the current spaces are, leading to door dings and other accidents in the garage. How do you plan on combating this parking situation on campus?
To be fair, that isn't my problem. I also park where the university tells me to.
You're right, President Turner. I take back my question. Chancellor Gabel, Pitt has...
I would like a chance to respond to that. You just said that a university's problems are that of its leaders. I mean, are you serious?
Nuh-uh. I said a university's problems are the problems of its chancellor. President Turner here isn't a chancellor, so it's not his problem. Again, Pitt has over $1 billion in research and development expenditures this year, yet you have all these problems on campus? What do you have to say for that?
What problems are you referring to specifically?
Again, as chancellor, you should know all the problems on campus.
I'd assume that you do some research on Pitt's problems before asking your questions.
That's not my job. I'm only here to ask questions, not research.
Well, maybe you should ask better questions.
Oh, here she goes again, not answering the questions asked to her. How can anyone want to vote for someone who dodges questions like they dodge their responsibilities?
Oh, like you can talk, Mr. Fountains Galore. You know that the grass around your campus is painted, right?
At least my campus doesn't have the Dark Tower of Mordor as its centerpiece.
You take Kathy's name out of your mouth right now!
Kathy? You named the tower? Seriously?
Kathy is a treasured icon.
That concludes tonight's debate. We hope you've seen enough to make a decision on who to vote for in the upcoming election. Stay safe and have a good night.
Smart. I'm retiring this year with $1 billion trillion. Do you know how much money that is?
In life, we constantly face obstacles that call on us to change our ways. And although it's tough to change, you best believe he'll work overtime to find his path. Backed by Mustang Band members Winston Myers, Marion Dunlap, Ricky Boudreau, Dan Ewing, and Max Whitaker, here is Mustang Band tuba player Greg Gounaud performing Zach Bryan's hit, Overtime.
Hey there, darling, won't you love me down? I'm 51 miles out in interstate town. I've just decided I ain't keeping quiet and I'm free. I lost my family to a bad disease. I got a mean gene in my family tree that grows in grandfather and his daughters and me, you see. And I wanna stay humble, I wanna stay hungry, I wanna hear my father say that he loves me. I never gave a damn about being arrogant anyway. So hold on tight, 'cause I've been working overtime. They told me that I couldn't and I shouldn't even try. Ever since I was a child, been working for a while, overtime. They said as a wannabe cowboy from a cutthroat town with tattooed skin and nobody around, your songs sound the same, you'll never make a name for yourself. But I've been scraping by my whole damn life, and Granddaddy worked a double till the day he died. Said never let this world's earthly pride get you down. No matter who you know, no matter what you do, I'll become what I deserve when it's all through. And you'll be there asking yourself why. So hold on tight, 'cause I'll be working overtime. They told me that I couldn't and I shouldn't even try. Ever since I was a child, been working for a while, overtime.
The Mustang Mavericks are SMU's first and only country western line dancing team. They have performed at many campus events, SMU and Dallas Mavericks basketball games, local charity events, and most notably, the 2016 Black Tie and Boots inaugural ball in Washington, D.C. Tonight, they will dance to Cody Johnson's Dance Her Home. And remember, folks, they flip, they flop, but they never drop. Here are the Mustang Mavericks. The Mustang Band imparts a veritable plethora of lessons, but alas, even the best-dressed band in the land cannot answer all of life's riddles. And some existential crises can only be solved through song. Meeting such a moment here tonight are Max Whitaker and Jackson Ward.
I reflect on my reflection, and I ask myself the question, what's the right direction to go? I don't know. Am I a man, or am I a Muppet? Am I a Muppet? If I'm a Muppet, then I'm a very manly Muppet. Very manly Muppet. Am I a Muppet? Or am I a man? Am I a man? If I'm a man, that makes me a Muppet of a man. A Muppet of a man. I look into these eyes, and I don't recognize the one I see inside. It's time for me to decide. Am I a man, or am I a Muppet? Am I a Muppet? If I'm a Muppet, then I'm a very manly Muppet. Very manly. Am I a Muppet? Muppet. Or am I a man? Am I a man? If I'm a man, that makes me a Muppet of a man. A Muppet of a man. Oh, here I go again. I'm always running out of time. I think I made up my mind. Now I understand who I am. I'm a man. That's what I am. I get dizzy at that part every time.
Written by Jewel Stein and Sammy Kahn, this song was a big hit for Frank Sinatra and has been recorded by many other artists, including Woody Herman, Sammy Kaye, Rosemary Clooney, and Barry Manilow. However, I can say, with complete objectivity, mind you, that this Patrick Williams arrangement is the best version of all. The Mustang Band now presents Saturday Night is the Loneliest Night of the Week with bass trombone soloist Michael Young. The spotlight turns to a young lady who appeared in the Meadows Lyric Theater's dual production of Suor Angelica and Gianni Schicchi as the princess. She is a double major in voice and business administration and management, which naturally means that she won't need any help managing her own inevitable singing career. Her song tonight, aside from being a classic jazz number, is a satiric shot at famed conductor Arturo Toscanini, as some of the background mimics works he conducted. And now, Leela Barath takes the stage for If You Can't Sing, Mr. Paganini.
The concert was over in Carnegie Hall. The maestro took bow after bow. He said, my dear friends, I've given my all. I'm sorry, it's all over now. Way from the balcony, way up high, there suddenly came a mournful cry. Oh, Mr. Paganini, please play my rhapsody. So Paganini, don't you be a meanie. What have you up your sleeve? Come on and sing it. And if you can't sing it, you simply have to. Yeah, dooba 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 listen, Paganini, please play my Varsity. And if you cannot play it, won't you sing it? If the boys are bad, ain't no need to stop it. Listen, Paganini, we breathlessly await your answer for the time. Come on and sing it. If the boys are bad, ain't no need to stop it. Do you dooba doo 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 doo? You know I heard the repertoire at the final bar. We greet you with loud applause. And what a great ovation! Your interpretation. Shabba-dooba-dooba-day, yooba-dooba-doo-day, yooba-dooba-day, yooba-dooba-day. Listen, Paganini, now don't you be a meanie. What have you up your sleeve? Come on and sling it. And if you can't sing it, you simply have to sing it.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, giving some extra pizzazz to the theme from Wheel of Fortune, here is the 2024 Southwest Regional and Texas State Senior Solo and Duet Champion, our fabulous twirler, the doll, Sophia DeNubilo. And as most of you know, it is the time in the program when we have to make a few more introductions. Now, I said earlier that it takes a lot of different things to put on this show. Well, it takes a lot of different things and a lot of different people to help put the Mustang Band in order and performing like they do. First of all, let's give it up for the members of the Mustang Band. This has been a great show. Now, as I said, it takes a lot of work, it takes a lot of people to really make the Mustang Band work. There is a group that is the support group for this organization, and it is the Diamond Inn Club. The Diamond Inn Club helps with so many things, and I gotta tell you folks, the members of the board of that organization do a lot of work, and we want to recognize them right now. They are President Kelly Prince Johnson, and I had Kelly write this list out, and she wrote in big capital letters, underlined, saxophone, but didn't bother to write down the instruments of all the other board members, so I'm going to fill you in on that. The Vice President, Brian Waddle, trombone player. Treasurer, Ken Howard, trumpet player and my freshman brother. Secretary, Margaret Finley, saxophone. Communications, Dick Lauren, not just trumpet, but fourth trumpet, always known as white noise. In charge of the Boulevard, Jay Keeler, bass trombone. And in charge of sponsorships, Ahmad Saleh, and he is a tuba player. And I know Kelly is going to give me a lot of grief if I don't say this. Look, folks, if you have any interest in supporting the Mustang Band, you need to be a member of the Diamond Inn Club. So flag down one of the people that I just introduced, and they will get you signed up. Every bit helps. And this organization needs a lot of help to keep it going and to keep the kind of quality that you have seen and heard tonight. All right, at this time, I would like to have our director, Charles Aguian, come on stage, and Kelly, you also need to come up on stage. And I thought that maybe Kelly would do some talking here, but she's kind of shy, so she asked me to do it. You will also see on stage two people that I introduced earlier this evening, Dr. Casey Majay and Dr. Mindy Sutton. Now, I said at the start of the evening what their positions were here and that they are directly responsible for the Mustang Band. That's not the whole story. Part of what is needed for the Mustang Band to be successful is support within the administration. And let me tell you folks, if you don't know, these two people have been huge supporters from day one when they got here. They have helped the Mustang Band more than we could possibly describe here tonight. And it is for that reason that we are going to present to them something that is really, really sacred within the Mustang Band. There is pretty much no higher honor that we could bestow on someone than what you're about to see tonight. As Dr. Majay and Dr. Sutton are going to receive Mustang Band beanies. This is one thing that binds all of us through the generations, through any changes that have happened. The beanie is the one thing we all share in common and really cements our bond. Now, at this time, Charles Aguillon would like to make another presentation.
Mic test, here we go. First of all, thank you all for spending your evening with us. We are honored that you chose us with so many things going on during homecoming week here on the Hilltop. First, I'd like to share a quick story with you all. I had an opportunity to visit with President Turner in his office with Dr. Major recently, and we had been talking about getting refreshed uniforms for the band, not just because of our growth, but because we desperately needed additional sizes. I can show you pictures of students trying to fit into uniforms this year. What I was floored at was President Turner really wanted to see me to make sure we weren't changing anything about the best dressed band in the land. In his words, he's like, this is our style, I don't want our style to change. You know, so we're updating fabrics, we're making things a little bit more Texas friendly, you know. It gets a little hot, a little warm in September and October, but we have we've received approval and have already placed the order for the first round of uniforms, and they'll be here in May. Our entrance into the ACC has been very interesting for us because I've met a lot of new band directors in the ACC conference, you know, and we have an association of band directors that we chat periodically, and it's almost the first or second question. Are you guys still, you know, with, you know, the million uniform changes and such? And the answer is always yes, yes we do. And so we're very proud of being the best dressed band in the land. We will continue to be that for decades to come. While the university is supporting this effort, there were individuals who asked me how they could help and contribute, and so you received a brochure as part of your program tonight. And first I wanted to also thank Mark Dempsey, because he helped with some of the graphics to kind of help me sell those uniforms. Thank you. It was very important, the imagery, and be able to show, like, hey, here's all our combinations, and you'll see one particular uniform in there that's a red and blue stripe that we're adding to the collection that President Turner was very excited about. But thank you again for being here tonight. It means the world to us. I hope you enjoy homecoming festivities tomorrow. I hope it's a very dry day. We all hope it is, because we don't have ponchos right now. So we're really hoping that happens. But enjoy the rest of the evening, and again, thank you for coming.
Now, in some ways, I don't need to do this, but it's tradition, so we're going to. We would like to introduce the staff that put together this Pigskin Revue, and we will start with a man that just gave you all that great information. He is in his third year as the director of the Mustang Band, Mr. Charles Aguillon. Now, it had been mentioned earlier in the show that this guy retired, but it's not totally true, because he's still writing music and helping produce the Pigskin Revue. We've all lost count of how many years this has been for him, but we are so glad that he is still here working on Pigskin Revue. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Tommy Tucker. And we have saved this gentleman for last, not only because it's his first time on this stage, but he is directing the finale. He is the new Associate Director of the Mustang Band. Now, if you met him earlier today or during the week, you might have noticed he's a little bit tired, but you'll have to cut him a break because this is his first experience with Pigskin Revue, all the craziness, including sleep deprivation. But he has done a fabulous job this week, all season long, and tonight. Please welcome, in his first year as Associate Director, Mr. Paul Crockett. In case you didn't know, SMU has joined the ACC. And we have a salute to all of our conference cohorts. and gentlemen, the Mustang Band. Mustang!